Alright, once you have this whole thing put together, so you have your upper connected to your vamp and your lining, so it should be looking like this. You got your counter pocket, you have your two quarter pieces here, you have your vamp lining, which you would see from that side. This is your slit area that you folded back, okay? And then you have your upper all the way assembled and put together. At this point, you would stitch this whole thing closed, so we're not going to do that part of it, but you would start to stitch from here, and then you would stitch and continue on here, and you would be stitching through the top piece, through the vamp and the lining, and through the bottom piece of the lining on the inside. So you're going through 4 pieces of leather, which is why I don't even want to try that on any of the sewing machines that you might have if they're not industrial machines. But again, so you'd be stitching through here, stitching through there, and this is going to open a certain amount, and where you want this to stop opening, you will stitch a box stitch for reinforcement. So you literally would stitch it into a box. Some people stitch an X, but either way you're going to have a reinforcement stitch here, and then you continue on here. Okay, and then you would already have your stitching along the top edge here. Okay, so you would have all of that stitched and together. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and poke the eyelet. So you have these eyelet holes already poked here. If you've got a punch, a hole punch, I think that was on the list of things to get. If you got a hole punch, you can punch these. But you literally, like we would use when we were in the shop, you go ahead and punch these eyelets out, punch your holes here, and you always say wait and punch the holes until the last part when the upper and lining and all are together, so you can punch the holes one time and you punch through everything at once so the holes are all lined up. You never want to punch through the upper individually and then the lining individually, because then things just won't line up at the end. Okay? So you have those things there. I don't have a piece of string here also. I'm just going to use a piece of wax thread for my shoelace. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into the bottom. Lace here. And lace it up as you would a normal shoe. Alright, and that's it. So that's your upper, all done, your inside, laced up, and at this point we would just be lasting the same way that we lasted the ballet flat.